He was testing. He had Jude out there.
He has Jude on here, but you know, if you take this and you could just, you know, for instance, string it along here, and you can tie it into various places. And as you can see, this is just going to break up the actual
outline, right?
The outline of the rifle.
And
one other thing I want to say is when you take this stuff, this is really good too, because as Mosin's looking through his scope, you can hang this over the scope, and you can still see through that, right?
Yeah.
And you know, just something simple like that. Obviously, what we're doing is we're just throwing that on top, but you can tie that in to make it look really, really well.
And another thing a lot of people overlook is that their scope is another big factor that gives away. Is a really noticeable silhouette on the field, which is a really good thing that Mosin did. He has a lot of natural stuff in here that breaks up the outline of the scope. And I had in my scope a couple weeks ago during the last op. It was full of stuff. It was bushed out and whatnot. And it looked real nice, and it broke up the outline of my scope really well. And I ended up taking it all off when I put my new stock on. After I repainted, I plan on making a whole new gun wrap. But yeah, you can see this. Look at how much this jute just feels like I'm like trying to sell jute to salespeople or something.
You're the jute salesman of the world,
basically. And it just breaks up your rifle, your scope outline real nice. You shine this. Aiming at the camera here. Look at. I don't know if you can see it, but it's breaking up his outline real nice. And I mean, I'm sure there'll be something that give him away, but at least he's doing the best he can to try to break out his outline.
Now, guys, we've covered ghillies, we've covered gear, we've covered the guns, we've covered the weight of our BBs, goggles, safety. Is there anything else that we're missing?
Another big thing to notice is a lot of people don't pay attention to this, but it's when you rack your bolt, and that's that hand movement can give away your position sometimes, especially when you need to do it with speed. Now me, what I did is I made sure to tie a lot on the right-hand side, and you can even see the bulge. And when I rack this, you shouldn't be able to see any sort of hand movement that I do, and it's just all streamlined. And that's just another helpful thing that you can do to eliminate the chances of being spotted.
And one of the other things is if you do have to rack that bolt, rack it slowly, otherwise you're going to give away your position because it's a rough movement.
Right.
Anything in stalking should be a real smooth and slow type movement. You can be somewhat quick, but it has to be smooth. So if you're really jerky and you're moving around and you're stopping a lot and you take it off, you're going to create a distraction in someone's peripheral vision. And that's where the person will see the most, because they don't actually see directly in front of them. They actually see more off to the side. So when you're actually looking for a sniper, or if you're sniping looking for a target, never look directly at your target if you think that's where they're at. Look off a little ways, and you'll actually be able to see them, and they'll stand out a bit more. Now, so I think we've covered everything.
Pretty much. I mean, there's various things that you have to work on yourself if you want to become a successful airsoft sniper.
And you know, speaking of snipers, there's sniper forums out there.
Yeah.
Airsoft-sniper.proboards107.com.
So just do a search for Airsoft Sniper, and you should be able to find it.
Yep.
And also there's a sniper game coming up, I believe, right?
Yes, I'm hosting a sniper tournament that will feature a 24-hour game. 20 teams will be invited. On top of that, they'll be provided MREs, a basic map, a compass, basic essentials to doing their job, as well as, you know, things that you would actually find in the real world. Like, we won't tell them exact times to take shots and stuff. We won't even tell them who exactly they have to kill. What we will say, though, is so-and-so likes to eat lunch at around noon. And then you can say, okay, well, I guess I'm going to go here around noon or a couple hours before and set up. So I'm in my hide, I'm ready to go when that happens. And after that, you know, another guy over here, he likes to do something in the afternoon. So you have to plan whatever you do, and that's another big thing.
So what you're saying is you're hosting a sniper game that's going to put hopefully the skills of all snipers, you know, to the utmost test. And see exactly who comes out the best, because you're scoring these objectives on points, right?
Yep. All snipers and spotters are required to radio in every time they take a shot, and any time they engage an enemy, or even if they find another scout sniper team's campsite. So you're going to have to use all the essentials that you know about fieldcraft, maneuverability, your basic rifle. You have to know what the range is. You're going to be able to feel comfortable taking such a shot on a marked target. and various things will be scored, of course.
Obviously. Okay, now, when is this? And where is it?
The current set date for it, I believe, is June 13th, which is on Friday, and it'll run all the way until the late Sunday. And this will be held at the new Military Ops Airsoft Field, which is approximately 180 acres of various woodland and cornfield. So
Awesome. And where can they find more information on this? Where Military Ops Airsoft?
they can go to military-ops-airsoft.org, or they can even go to
The MIA Airsoft forums.
Yeah, they can just go to michiganairsoft.com, and it'll be in the Airsoft events section.
So you can do a Google search for MIA Airsoft, and if you want to put Michigan in there, but it should be fine enough and it should come up. And once we have the Airsoft News Network has our board up and running, we'll be posting the details there if you're interested.
Yep.
So, well, I think we've covered everything, right?
Yep.
Well, I'm Alan, and we're here with Team Rage with Mosin and Oakey. And until then, call your hits.
The Eastern world, it is exploding, violence flaring, bullets loading. You're old enough to die, you just started voting.